Dead Standing Tree is a live song.
The first time boys played the song Dead Standing Tree, I thought it was time to switch to gent music.
Dead Standing Tree is the very first song, at least what we made 100% ready for this album. It was also summer 2020 that we came up with the first riffs, and I think it's the most groovy song that we have ever made.
Drums came quite naturally to this song because its flow was literally screaming for a groovy sound.
Dead Standing Tree was originally made by Julius. He had verse riffs, and actually he had rhythms for chorus also. We wanted to make some kind of a beautiful melody there, and we thought that should we do like a harmony guitar there or what, but we thought that in live situations it would be cool that there is synth doubling the main lead guitar.
For the chorus I had this bottom stuff happening there, the rhythmic guitars and stuff, and actually the vocals also, but then Matti created the lead guitars there, and it ended up being surprisingly beautiful.
It turned out to be one of the most strongest songs on this album, which sounds, after all, lots like us.
If I have to pick up like one song that I enjoyed most the recording process, I think that would be Dead Standing Tree. And also it's hard to pick just one favorite track, but it's most definitely in the top 3.
The final outcome is really nice. It's fucking nice track to play live. It always brings some extra adrenaline, and you can almost fucking dance to the song live, so it's really nice.
Another Day to Die. Well, yeah, again I made a song. I had no chorus, and we used one of the choruses that Julius had made, and again I made some demo vocals that made no sense, and Julius made story around them.
Another Day to Die. It was another mix and match song. Matti had this once again this big picture for the song with the riffs and melodies and the lyrical side also, but was struggling with the chorus also with this song, and I had made this old it was Another Day Inside or something like that, the demo song that I made at my home studio, but it was once again full of shit, but the chorus was good. I don't know what thing I had with the chorus. It sat perfectly to the theme of the song, also lyrically, so it's one of the strongest track on the album, and also the music video track that we released a couple months back.
Hardest thing for me to record was the Another Day to Die, this breakdown part, so that was pretty much pain in the ass, but it also turned out well, so no harm there.
It has the best breakdown in this album, and it's a fucking bangable song, and always fun to play live.
I think my favorite track is Another Day to Die, because it's such a fun song to play, all the fast rhythms, the breakdown and all the leads. It's a versatile track, and also it's a heavy one. I love it.
I somehow got myself in really good form vocal-wise. The session when we recorded Warriors, Another Day to Die and Bird of Blasphemy, and we recorded the lead vocals for these 3 songs by one take, and the first take, it was really magical moments for me, and I somehow managed to testify for myself that I really can drive myself. The Warden is the most personal song for me on this album. Last summer, one of really close person to me was struggling a lot in their life, and it dark season ended up behind closed doors, so to speak, and there was a lot of uncertainty, and started to write a song, and that was my way to process the thing.
Warden is definitely my favorite song at the moment. I always come back listening to it because there are so much great leads, there's nice synths going on background, and it has great contrast between the chorus and the rest of the song. The chorus is fast-paced and really catchy melody and almost like a punk song. It sounds so much like I Am Your God song.
I had the big picture of the song, I made the riffs and melodies, and then Matti had this fucking amazing, almost punk rock metal chorus that we mix on this song, and it really brought the song to life, and lyrically it's all about those, one of the hardest things to handle in my life, and it came up really good song and focus track of the album.
It's so much fun when we have like all the instruments done and we start recording vocals with Julius. We always try to do the same thing, that Julius records his parts first and I take a few beers while recording, and when Julius is finished I grab the microphone and start doing my parts, and we always like put the lights down and try to get into the mood, and you really get almost like a live feeling. Shittiest thing about recording, it's definitely when we start grinding out rhythm guitars. It's a fucking piece of shit because there is only a right way to play them or wrong way. There is nothing between, and you have to be so precise with the tuning, you have to fucking practice a lot, and it's just a nightmare.
Class of Beggars was a little bit a pain in the ass.
Old song we made before the first album, and we had to change it kind of a lot. The chorus is the same, the verse is the same, but we had to make some new ideas to make it a great song.
After we had made over half of this album, Matti took the song alive again, and it came up really forth-going and rhythmic song.
The bridge of the chorus was completely improvisation and quite a silly one, but now that I'm used to it, I'm really satisfied. I spent quite a lot of time working on the drums. The end result was quite progressive and contained a lot of technical tricks.
Lyrically, it's digging really deep into struggling with own ambitions and own actions and own everything, basically, and it's really different than any other track on this album.
We were recording, I think, like 3 songs per that day. We were on a tight schedule, and we were late into the evening, and I was like on the last track, and there was many solos and leads on those 3 tracks. Hit the record button, and I just tried to play, but my fingertips were all messed up and tired from playing all day, many hours and many days, and I just couldn't do it. I tried many times, but my fingers just didn't listen to me, so we had to call it a day and go to sleep and try to do it the next day. And next day I came back and my fingers were all torn up, but we had to do it, and I just had to push through, and in the end we made it.
Fulfill My Chalice. It's a bit slower song. It's the official ending song for the album, and Matti had this first demo of the song like, I think it was 2021 first half, and it's super soft and melodic song, and it creates really different kind of soulscape. It's kind of a thank you note for people who helped me to go through all the fucking shit that I have had during this album making process. So it's really kind of fragile song lyric wise, and I really like it because we use more of my darker and lower growling vocals on this song.
Fulfill My Chalice is definitely the best song for the end of the album. It has very massive chorus with synths and great choir synths and lead guitars. It has a great rhythm. It makes your feet go on the ground.
and of course the ending half with two amazing guitar solos, and the choir vocals. Choir vocals. They are really beautiful.
I think you can hear that we used so much time on all the little nuances and little tiny details, writing and recording all the songs.
The recording process of the SINister album, it was I don't know, it's a pain in the ass. like all the recordings for me, because you just have to be so accurate with everything that you make everything absolute right, and there's no mistakes in there, so naturally it's sometimes pretty hard to make that all happen.
When we were thinking about the name of the album, it was SINister or Hell I Create, and at that time the song Hell I Create even didn't exist. And then at the end of the writing of the album, we had this one song that sounded so different but also so cool, and then we came up that why the hell we would waste such a good song name and theme, the Hell I Create. So we decided, let's use that name for the bonus track.
The Hell I Create! It's the bonus track of this album.
The mode.
Mode. The Hell I Create, the bonus track of the album. It was the last we wrote for this album, and I had this really nice piano thingy at first, and then Matti thought that we could make an intro for this album of the piano stuff.
At first we thought that the main melody should be intro for the album, but after listening to it for a while, we just thought that this melody is too good to be on the intro. So we wanted to make a bonus track, and the track itself, it has a lot of going on, but it still sounds like a one whole song.
It ended up being the longest and really different song. It's really different both music and lyric wise compared to the rest of the album, and that's why it's as a bonus track. But for me, it's one of the best tracks on the album, and we're really proud of it. Even though it is a bonus song, it's fucking killer. Eipä kyllä. Vittu, tästä tulee pitkä.
The best thing about recording is when we hit the stop button and it's all done. I don't have to play the fucking part for a 36th time that day. That's the greatest.